So yeah, it's a super show, Weirdo, because not only did we have the studio loaded up this morning up to 7 people all the way up to like 8 o'clock, and then for the next 2 hours we're joined by just musical talent extraordinaire. We got Jane Leo in studio for the very first time, as you guys saw them on the stream just a week ago. Now they're in Arizona getting ready to open up at the Rialto, which has been a bucket list venue for Daniel right here. And congratulations on that. And later on, we have Point North coming in studio as well. So it's a big deal today. Rock 1 2.1, who's this?
Hey, this is Aaron.
Hey, Aaron, what's up, dude?
Not much. Hey, I was seeing what time you guys doing the ticket giveaways today.
Well, actually, we're loading them up over the next 2 hours. The first opportunity to win tickets is, in fact, next.
Oh, damn. Okay. I guess I should call back then in 5 minutes?
Only call back if you know the answer to this game. Call them back and not know. And don't call back and fail. Call back and win.
Hey, that's what winners do.
There you go. Hey, that's right, Aaron. Good luck to you. All right. So we're pulling up lyrics right now to a song that Jane has no clue what that song is. I mean, we're showing her the song, but she's never heard the song before. And I'm going to have her cold sing it over the air, over a beat. And with that, then listeners have to guess what the song is. It's a live mashup kind of game, right? And, feet to the fire. That's how we do it. We just throw it in the deep end. There's, if it's really bad, that's really good. If it's really good, that's really good. Okay.
It'll be better than the Hummer game that he makes me play.
Oh yeah, it's a Hummer where you hum a song. Yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
Oh God.
We like to play games here, obviously. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. That's Tiger Cub with the perfume of decay. Jane Leo in studio this morning. I'm going to play just here in the background. There's so many great songs that Jane Leo put together, and there's a mixture of, they got this indie pop vibe, and then they got a throwback kind of 80s synth vibe. Yeah, I mean, you guys have tons of different styles, and it's super fun. This song has the most plays on your Spotify. The Carter Johnny Cash vibe. Yeah, when you guys first performed that song, where were you at in your relationship? Friendship, just musicians working together?
No, I mean, we dove in.
Dove in?
Feet to the fire. We were just
all in.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning. So, I mean, this was very suiting for that.
Nice. Yeah. So did you write the lyrics? Who wrote the lyrics on this?
Did.
Yeah. So this is essentially just a love song written to you. When Daniel presented this song to you, what did you think, Jane?
Oh, it was really cool. It was in a totally different feel originally that we wanted to do with this other project. And when we started working on it together, it just kind of took on this whole new meaning. And
It's true. I wrote it from an entirely male perspective, thinking it was going to be this huge machismo rock and roll song, and then sing it with a girl, especially a partner. It was kind of homey, singing it towards each other, with each other.
it was the first time we learned how to sing together, and it's still like the hardest song that we sing together.
Just to harmonize?
Yeah, it's just the key and everything is in. It's always, we gotta practice that one, even though it's like the first song I gotta sing together.
We've been playing it 5 years. We still have to warm up.
So is it like a higher register that you used to, or?
There's very close harmony. It's like you have to be dead on, otherwise it's not sound right.
Yeah, nice. And was this a song that kind of got the ball rolling for you guys for the most part?
It was definitely the first few borderline, which is our very first we worked together, and this was shortly after that.
Yeah, this is the first one we put out into the public, so I think it's and I noticed too when we play live, even if someone doesn't know it, and we start singing along by the end,
yeah,
we've got that same line over and over again. So it's definitely at least in the Austin music scene, very recognizable.
Yeah. And speaking of the Austin music scene and stuff, you can just quickly make a name for yourself and start getting on all the different premier bills.
Yeah, definitely, because we've both been in there for so long. It's a lot easier to do. Oh, we know who these people are. And
right.
It was out before we played on shows.
The song was?
Yeah, just
yeah.
before we were back to playing my shows again. So
Oh yeah, because pandemic. You gotta love that.
that
Yeah.
whole thing, you know.
Yeah.
And, so yeah, that kind of gave us a little runway. And then once we were able to play out live, it was really cool because people would come to the shows and sing the song. And you're like, wait, do you guys know? Oh, right, you've heard it. You've heard it for 6 months.
Yeah, that's fantastic. All right, so Jane Lino is in studio right now. Of course, they're opening up for Cannons later tonight at the Rialto Theatre. I'll be out there. Now, with that, we like to play games here on the show, if you didn't know. And the game I want to play is Lyrical Mashup. Okay, so it's very simple. I don't know if the name of the game is really going to fit the concept, but I have Jane here. She's a fantastic vocalist, obviously, you just heard. So the concept is simple. I'm giving her lyrics to a song that we played on KFMA. Okay. Now I'm going to have her sing that song, her own cadence, rhythm, melody, with those lyrics over a beat. You have to guess the original song that those lyrics come from. 600 KFMA, 600-5362. If you guess correctly, then you're going to win a pair of tickets to see Avenged Sevenfold in October up in Phoenix. Big show. Falling Reverse is on that show as well. So I know you want those tickets. Now you see the lyrics, Jane, and I know Jane literally just stepped into the studio less than 15 minutes ago. And I was like, it's nice to meet you in person. You're singing a song live on the air. Let's go. All right.
Oh, it is.
Yes. And like a trooper, Jane's all about it. So let's attempt this here. I got the beat. Let's see which beat we're going to do. Yeah, I know. It's a little hip hoppy, but you got a little electronic vibe with Jane Leo on a lot of your songs. So let's see if you could fit these.
Let's get as weird as possible here.
Yes. Let's get weird.
Watch your tongue or have it cut from your head. Save your life by keeping whispers unsaid.
Yeah.
Children roam the streets, now orphans of war. Bodies hanging in the streets to adore.
Yeah.
Royal flames will carve a path in chaos, bringing daylight to the night. Death is riding into town with armor. They come to take all your rights. Hail to the king, hail to the one. Kneel to the crown, stand in the sun. Hail to the king.
Yeah! See, she's a superstar. And that was just like literally cold. Right on the air. Let's go to the phone, see if we got a winner, and keep feeling that vibe here. You might have to jump in and give them a reminder there, Jane. Rock 102.1, who's this? All right, do it again. Rock 102.1, who's this?
Yes, hi, this is Bella.
All right, Bella, give me that answer.
It's Avenged Sevenfold, right?
I don't know. What's the name of the song
Hail
there,
to the
Bella?
king?
That is correct right off the bat.
Winner.
Bella, are you even eligible, though? You tell me you're eligible right now, and you just gobble up these tickets for somebody else.
No, I'm eligible.
Okay. All right. Stay on the line. All right. So it was simple as that. You nailed it. An excellent remix. Let's hit the reset. We're going to keep the broadcast moving. We are live right now, youtube.com/bevegan, or our social media pages. We have Jane Leo in studio for the 8 o'clock hour. Point North joining us in the 9 o'clock hour. We have so much more to go. So join us, youtube.com/bevegan, or keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1. All right, I'm going to get this video that we did yesterday. We'll have more with Jane Leo after I get Bella's information on here. And Bella, you can't win all my tickets, Bella.
She always wins.
Bella's.
I'm an avid listener, though.
I
I'm
know.
doing all the work.
Loyalty.
It is loyalty. It's true. Well, there's a good handful of people that have it down to where they win all the tickets. I like to spread the wealth, though. But are you a huge fan?
Too.
Are you a huge fan of Avenged Sevenfold?
Am I a huge fan? I mean, I'm a fan.
No.
Am I a huge fan?
Look, Bella, do you want to drive all the way up to Phoenix to see Avenged Sevenfold or no? Because, I mean, if not, I can give you other tickets to something else and, give Avenged Sevenfold to, people, to somebody who fucking likes Avenged Sevenfold.
Who loves them, who's like, oh,
Can't live
I
without
really,
it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Like I would. Yeah.
All right. So my other two options are Weirdo. What are they? It's the Reptile Show and
Oh my
the
God.
Monster
The
Truck Show.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal. There's two different events happening this weekend in town. Tucson Reptile an amphibian show, and also the Nitro Truck Tour. Now, neither one of those sound appealing, and you want to road trip it up to Phoenix to see Avenged Sevenfold, you can still do that. So these are the options of your three. Which one do you want?
Let me think about this. Okay, monster truck. No, I'm not saying I want the monster truck. I mean,
you
I
just
can
say,
come over
okay.
that.
Yeah, you're thinking
I
out loud.
don't
That's
want
fine.
the monster truck.
This is like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
It's really
Let me hear
great.
your thought process on this.
This you get to pick your prize too, which is
Yeah.
very,
Yeah.
monster
I'm very
truck.
generous like
that's
that.
very generous.
The reptile thing, is that the one that's at the Pima County Fairgrounds?
I don't think it's at the fairgrounds. It is. I'll pull up that information for you right now. And it is. I think that's down at the TCC. Oh no, you're right. No, you're right. I'm wrong. It is at the Pima County Fairgrounds.
Yeah, the tickets were way overpriced for that. So maybe, I guess, probably I'll take the reptile tickets because like monster truck. Yeah, I took my nephew to every single one when he was like a kid, and I'm just not digging it.
It's a good choice.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, educate him instead of
And my
burning
niece
brain
probably
cells
wouldn't
by
like it anyway,
sucking down
so.
truck fumes,
That's
right?
true,
Yeah.
and hot dogs.
Yeah.
She's probably not old enough to drink
Just
yet.
to
So.
touch, weird, yeah, like reptiles and stuff. She likes that.
Oh, good, nice.
So,
Bella, what's your last name again?
Freeman.
Freeman. All right,
Yeah, Freeman, like Morgan Freeman.
that's right.
That's my uncle.
Oh wow.
No, she's lying.
Dang.
Yeah.
Look at you. You got Daniel
I don't
like
believe her.
impressed. Like, oh, we got Morgan Freeman's niece on the phone. All right, you're all good. Tickets are in. You can come pick them up. Okay, Bella.
All right. Thank you so much. You guys have a great day.
You too. Thank you so much. All right, so yeah, so Bella won that, but it's good news for everyone else. I'll go get on the air and we're gonna do it again.
Okay.
We'll do a different song. Pull up
Okay.
a
That's
different
perfect.
song, and don't even say it because we're live on the stream. So
Nope, not saying nothing.
yeah, and we'll find a different beat too. And good morning, everybody on the stream. By the way, good morning, Big Llama. Good morning, Avenged Sevenfold. Yo, you want those tickets? Well, we're gonna give them away here in just a little bit. How'd you feel about that?
That was nice.
Yeah. I like the way that you decided to approach that song. First with like kind of like a whispery
Mhm.
type of approach, and I could tell that you were starting to really get there and start to open up. And I was like, oh,
Here it comes.
instantly vibing, right? So, I mean, is it that easy for you guys to come up with different grooves and like melodies?
No, I wouldn't say it's easy, but if it's inspired, then melodies are more my thing. He's great at the beats and
This is like best case scenario for Jane. She doesn't have to worry about what the lyrics
yeah.
are. Doesn't have to worry about what the beat is. Just put the mic up, make sure it's hot enough.
Yeah.
Is
yeah,
your
melodies
headphone
are
mix good?
easy for me.
Ready to
but-
go.
Yeah.
And then feeling that you got that natural like kind of rhythm, so
Yeah.
you're just like, yeah, you just as soon as the beat kicks in, you're like, okay,
Sure,
I
yeah.
know exactly where to go on that. Yeah, which is nice. So, what's your background? What'd you start playing and when?
I was always singing, but piano was like the first easy instrument I could like accompany myself with, And
Yeah.
then later it was guitar, but vocals have always been my main.
So, were you in like choir, church, things like that when you were growing up?
all the things.
Yeah.
In choir, I was in all the musicals. I was like taking voice lessons. I was singing in church. I was doing all the things. So,
What's your octave range? Do you know?
I mean, it's I don't know for sure, but like a low E for women up to like a high C probably. So
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, learning piano is always best to be a multi-instrumentalist, right? Because it kind of translates to every other instrument. If you know the keys and the notes, of a piano, then you essentially know how to emulate that.
totally,
It just
it's
finger
like the foundation
yeah.
of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Now, did you learn by playing guitar first, Daniel?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Guitar.
And then now you're playing. I mean, the instruments is because it's a 2-man group, right? So you got a little bit of backing tracks, but you got what is essentially the setup? You got keys. Are you fucking with a guitar on this?
No. So we have the drum machine.
Okay.
Jane's
But
playing.
now that you said that,
you
yeah.
mentioned it.
I mean, because with the mustache and the
okay.
style and the sound of the music, guitar just seems inevitable.
The thing is, when people come to watch us play, they don't even see a guitar. All they see is the flying V, and that's the truth. I don't play a guitar. I play a flying V.
Yeah.
You put something else in my hand, I probably won't know what to do with it. So, I mean, that's close to guitar as I'm probably going to get.
Yeah.
For now.
For
tonight's
now.
show, for now. Yeah.
Yeah. Until somebody gifts you a
Yeah,
guitar
for
and you're
sure.
like, yeah, I got to play with this.
Especially if it's a guitar in the shape of a flying V.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Yeah.
History
You'll
will
have
be
to.
written.
Yeah.
I mean, he's here to announce that that's like the whole center of the next tour.
That's the
Yeah.
premise. Yeah.
Yeah.
Premise of it all.
I mean, I would love to see it. And I'm
Who
excited
makes
to see
guitars? We need to make this branding situation.
Sony?
happen.
No. Yeah, like who does? And do they make new guitars
Yeah.
or are they all vintage at this point? Who knows? I mean, I actually haven't investigated guitars in a while, but
Wait,
everything.
you have in at some point in your life you've investigated guitars.
All right, no, you called me out on that. I've never deep dove into guitar knowledge.
I'm currently doing it.
Oh, today's the day.
Yeah.
Wow, $1,200. Holy crap.
Damn.
Well,
Yeah. No, they still make them brand new.
Okay.
Okay.
What is the company name?
Roland?
Roland. Yeah, Roland makes everything cool.
yeah. And then keyboards. What kind of keyboard do you use?
She plays a Juno, which is a Roland.
Okay, yeah.
There you go.
So yeah, it sounds like this is inevitable.
Next step for us.
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you drive? Are you in a van going
are.
around?
We are.
Yeah.
15 passenger.
Oh, nice. You got some leg room in there? You guys-
Big time.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
took all the seats out and just made it a nice.
Bed?
It's
Yeah,
actually made
kinda.
it into our green room. Being first of third, you never know if you're going to get the short end of the stick, and you have to sit in the van for 4 hours before your show. So
Yeah.
luckily, as a duo, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes it good. And it's kind of an adventure as well, I mean, is this your first long tour together?
Yes. it is,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so far, I mean, obviously, what a great tour to hop on.
Oh my gosh. The dream. Yeah.
Yeah. You've been a fan of Cannons beforehand. Did you know them personally beforehand as well?
Yeah, we got to open for them last year in Texas. And so we got to know them, become friends with them then. And they're just really wonderful, cool, down to earth people. And so we were like so excited to be on this whole tour because it's kind of the dream scenario.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. All right. Well, here we're gonna go back on minute and 15. And just to get them amped again for the opportunity to win tickets with another remix. Yes.
Yes.
And here, I'll let you pick the beat this time. So I have a bunch. The reason why I have so many instrumentals is because we do this. We have this rap group here that we use ChatGPT because like Drake and like the popular rappers, they use ghostwriters.
Mhm.
We just use AI, and then we're just upfront about it.
Yeah.
Keep it real. And so we got a rap group we call Rap GPT. So I'll put in different topics and AI, they're on point, dude. In fact, actually, I just had Aaron Jones in studio. He's a rock musician on Friday. He has a single called Blood in the Water. I took his entire song lyrics, right? I put it in Chat GPT. I was like, I need you to interpret this for me and rewrite it into 16-bar rap verse. And it did, and it fit the song like perfect.
Wow.
Then we did this
Yeah.
90s style remix where it was like him singing the song and then me as the feature coming on and recapping the song based off of his lyrics. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. It's a challenge.
Wild, yeah.
Uh-huh. Have you messed around with AI at all?
No, I've been avoiding it.
Yeah, are you kind of scared of the idea of AI, or you want to kind of protect your artistic integrity by not being tempted to mess with it?
I think that's it. Like I know it's inevitable, but I'm
I don't think it's inevitable.
well
for us.
for not for us, but I mean
Yeah.
in the world I know it's inevitable, but I want to like remain in my human creativity for as long as possible.
That is the one thing that's like super downside, or that you're kind of what I'm fearful of is not musicians of our this generation, like not you
Right,
guys
right.
who have been working blood, sweat, and tears and tapping into and honing your skills and your craft. it's the next generation of kids utilizing it as a shortcut and never really developing, and then getting really good at it. And because of the stuff that we've been able, just half-assing AI to come up with song lyrics have been really impressive. Now I can imagine a 14-year-old kid in his bedroom messing around until he comes up with this ultimate formula of this masterpiece of a song. Not only can AI write lyrics for you, you could literally have it write chord structures, melodies, things like that. It is insane on a whole nother level. And I think the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it as well. And it's going to be hard to interpret, be able to separate what's been crafted by the human brain and what's been assisted by technology.
Yeah, the lines are going to be totally blurred.
Yeah, and then you're gonna have these people come out of nowhere, being thinking they're geniuses or taking credit as being geniuses and cheating the whole way. It is literally the performance enhancing drugs of the music world.
Totally.
Normally, it would just be regular drugs that would help you, and enhance your performance. But this is on a whole nother level. So we'll see. Yeah.
Wild. I mean, they have AI artists already that people are listening to that are completely not real,
Yeah. No, we did a reaction to basically it was a Tupac song. Sounded exactly like Tupac with Nate Dogg, right? The lyrics, everything, the cadence, everything. You would not know. You just thought this was a lost Tupac song. Right. And it ended up being the white German producer. And he used AI voice emulator and just nailed it. And it's blowing everyone's mind because it's oh, wait a second. All these dead artists like Kurt Cobain and Bob Marley, we're going to have a resurgence of their music. That's not them.
I don't like it.
I know.
Well, and Spotify announced yesterday they're going to do the AI treatment to the podcasters' voices to be able to then translate it into other languages that still be their voices.
Ooh, okay.
That one is to me, I'm on the surface, I'm oh, that's kind of cool, right? Because then you'll get a wider audience as a podcaster. But then I'm but then at what point do they need you? Yeah, that's my whole thing.
You're right about that.
Yeah.
Well, that's why, I feel a little bit of solace in knowing that I mispronounce words all the time. I use words incorrectly, and I might be too dumb for artificial intelligence, right. And that is my signature, right? Yeah.
We'll be able to tell you apart.
Yeah, exactly. You're no. This version of beef sounds way too intelligent. This has got to be computer.
He didn't stutter in the 7 o'clock hour. It can't be correct.
Right. So I'm so stupid, I'm real, right? And we like to keep it real. Hey, I got good news for you guys listening. Bella, I talked her out of those Avenged Sevenfold tickets because, I want these tickets to go to somebody who wants to see Avenged Sevenfold. Oh, so much so that they're willing to drive up to Phoenix to see them, right? This is a road trip thing. This is not for the novice type fans. So we are going to give away the pair of Avenged Sevenfold tickets and do this game all over again because we have Jane and Daniel Leopold, and see, I keep tripping because Leopold in fiction,
and you're not AI.
But Jane Leo's in studio, so they're performing tonight at the Rialto, and we're gonna have Jane perform another song for us live on the air, like a live lyrical mashup. And if you can guess what that song is, you're gonna win tickets for Avenged Sevenfold. So be ready to call 600 KFMA because we are gonna break that down and perform that for you after Shinedown, the Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. All right. So
I think I got the song.
Okay, good.
Okay.
And
not sing it.
Yeah. Type into chat. Tell me what it's gonna be. And then here, let's find a beat for you, Jane. See, this one was called Pecker Checkers. See if this might be too. We got a little bit of flamingo guitar to start things off.
I'm gonna switch it up this time.
Oh, okay, good. I like it.
On the beat.
That's the producer.
Okay.
I feel that.
Give it a bar.
All right. So we're not on the air right now, so this is a good time to kind of
Yeah, and I only point that out of just censor.
Okay.
Yeah, once we're on air.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No singing the curse words.
Yeah.
Motherfucker. I would add those drops. And good morning, everybody on the stream. Keep those comments coming. It's good to see you, Manny, Big Llama, Anthony. Liz, of course. Good to see you, Liz. Now you can get a different beat if you want.
That's cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna go weird.
Good. Go as weird as possible.
Are you recognizing these lyrics? Do you know this song?
I think I recognize, but I don't. Melody is not in my head.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, that's good. We don't want it to be in your head because you want to accidentally emulate it. Right?
Yeah, that's why I'm making sure like that you hadn't heard the song yet.
Ooh, how long you been wearing jumpsuits now, Daniel?
This one in particular.
Yeah.
August 3rd. So,
August 23rd. Oh, you remember the day? You got
Remember the day? He's got the receipt framed.
Tour uniform.
that's right.
You're always very fashionable.
Hey, this is it.
Yeah,
This is,
yeah. Got the swagger.
it's so easy to look clean
Yeah.
on this tour. You know, I actually have 3
Different colors.
different
Okay,
colors
nice.
of this, and I kind of rotate just so everyone knows that it's not the same one.
Yeah.
Have to exploit that.
That's so funny. Yeah, that's awesome. Elefante, good to see you on there. I didn't get to have a White Claw with you. Well, yeah, no, I didn't do the after party. I wasn't waiting for you guys to break that down. I judged last night at a competition called Knife Fight, which cooking competition was fantastic. Some of the best food I had always is judging this competition. That's why I look forward to it. So the chef that won was Chef Roderick. And his dish that blew my mind is he took churros, right, from, I think, Sam's Club. And he made fresh pasta from it.
What?
Yes. And he did it within 45 minutes, which is very difficult to do because when you make the dough for pasta, you got to let it sit.
Yeah.
So he did that and he whipped together this like fettuccine style pasta that melted in your mouth. Okay. And then I was like, okay, well, it looks like a fettuccine. And he got offended that I even said that, like fettuccine Alfredo, because it even though it looks like a fettuccine Alfredo, it wasn't very creamy and it wasn't heavy.
Yeah.
So you could eat it and it would get you in trouble because you're like, I could eat this all fucking day.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's no stopping me. And it was so good. And then they had bison meat. Are you vegetarian or you eat all the good meats?
Were there parameters to this? Like you had to use something from Costco or something like that?
Yeah, so there was 3 different ingredients,
Okay.
right? That they each had to use for each of their dish. There's 2 chefs going heads up. One and churros were kind of the theme because
That's
of an
wild.
inside joke.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't even know where to begin with churros.
Right. Yeah. They asked me, Elefante asked me, like, what would you make with churros? I'm like,
make-
fucking churro nachos? What?
Yeah.
Like, what do I
I'd
look
make
like?
churros. Is what I have churros.
Yeah.
You know?
I'd put them in ice cream
Yeah.
and then done. It was mesquite churros, regular churros, and then bison buffalo meat, which is, if you haven't had it, it's so good. It's so tender too. And so they were making dishes of that, and I actually got some pictures.
I don't understand. How did you turn churros into pasta?
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't see the reason why they even busted out the churros because the first year that I was judge on this, the secret ingredient was ramen, packages of ramen that you get for like 20 cents.
Yeah.
And Chef Gary, my buddy, turned the ramen into churros. Right. So these chefs are like magicians.
But
Seems like there's a churros theme with this.
Well, that there was. So
Okay.
that was that first year that I was judge, and he turned ramen into churros, which he ended up losing that competition. And the joke was like,
Oh,
I
I see.
fucking turned ramen
Yeah,
into
yeah.
churros and I
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
So the guy that he lost against, he faced off in the finals last night again.
Rematch.
Yes. And since the churros kind of been like the running joke, they brought it back and they had that doubled up.
He inverted it. He turned it into churros and took it back to
pasta.
noodles.
Yes. Yeah. Even different than that because Chef Gary, he created this. I got to show you. I have.
Doesn't he own like 11 restaurants?
Well, no, Chef Gary is the executive chef for a restaurant group called El Charro here. El Charro, the original El Charro is like one of the oldest restaurants in Tucson. It's over 100 years old. And they say it was the originator of the chimichanga, right? Which we all know and love, right? Here's some of the food. So this right here is beef with I think it was pork belly in this. Look at some of the dishes here that they're making. Now churros are in this.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll show you this. Hold on. Oh, there's a close up of that. That was delicious. I had like a piccata type sauce and very tender bison. Okay, here's what Chef Gary did with his churros. He made a fucking chili relleno. This is a chili Riano. It's the churros, like a sweet crust. So this was like a chili Riano dessert with like a cinnamon type of like whipped cream, crema on top. And so when you ate it, it was sweet, but it had that heat that wasn't on the lips. It just kind of like, it was just hot.
That dish makes more sense to me. Like, I don't know who won this, but that one would definitely resonate with my brain. I mean, it would make, mathematical sense to my brain.
Yeah.
More than a pasta.
Yes.
So I don't know who won.
It was the one who made the pasta. And now this was, I'll show you. Did I make a picture? Did I take it? Oh, his final dish, which you'll see on the live thing. This is churros as well. He turned it into like a waffle bread pudding. That was I didn't even take a picture of the pasta too. That's the thing with the pasta.
You're too impressed.
Well, no, I mean the visual of it wasn't that impressive.
Oh, got it.
I'm like, okay, yeah, it just looks like pasta. And then I'm like, okay, what's your secret ingredient? Churros? Oh, you mean, the churros are the pasta, right? And I'm like, oh, and then you ate it, and then like you ever have fresh pasta like so fresh that it was like literally handcrafted and made less than an hour ago? It's amazing. A different experience. The way that it just kind of melts in your mouth. Yeah, so good. So
wow.
And we have, part of our concept of the show here is obviously, I've always been a vibe with like rock stars and musicians, right? Musicians. Also the chefs. The chefs are part of the show, and local chefs all around, because they're left-minded people too. Like they think with the left side of the brain. They're creatives as well. Agreed. The things that they're able to do, and there's no difference between a chef and a rock star.
I agree.
And so we just kind of have that culture all the way around.
That's cool.
And it's super fun. But yeah. Have you been eating on the road, or you just been doing truck stop food?
Yeah, we've had some good food. We've had some bad food. We've had some just,
mostly good.
Mostly good. Like, and also some just like yesterday we food prepped and then ate that the whole way on the road. So it was just kind of like, sometimes it's really simple.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of turkey and a lot of chicken, but then we've definitely had some really good meals. If you're interested in following Daniel on Yelp, you'll hear all about them.
Yeah.
And
did we talk about this last week?
No, you do Yelp reviews?
Oh my gosh.
I do. I haven't promoted it, but Jane's on.
I'm promoting it.
It's
very entertaining.
That's why. Well, because our buddy Rico, who's on the show, we do a segment every week called 5-star reviews, where he'll go to like Google reviews and leave kind of like very long-winded, very imaginative description of the experience you have here. So yeah, same.
Yeah, it's like very poetic. What
the 5 stars are usually really kind of like a kid in a candy store, really excited about everything about it, even if it's like a dirty floor. I'm so excited just because the food is so good. Who cares?
Yeah.
And then the most poetic are the 1-star reviews, because it's out of anger, but I also don't want to use swear words because then people discredit it and everything. So I'm just trying to stay in my lane and give a very accurate description of how bad and why you shouldn't eat there. And we're in DC, and rewind. We were in Union City, New Jersey. Best sausage and pepper sandwich I've ever had.
That doesn't surprise me. In Jersey,
no doubt. I mean, it was almost cliche walking in. I was like, no, whatever. We'll just get whatever. And it was a sausage and peppers on the Italian roll. Best sandwich. Like 2 bites in, I went back to the counter and just ordered another sandwich to go. Why not? I mean, a whole day of it, right?
Yeah. So like, this is what I want to eat forever.
Yeah. So I got prosciutto and mozzarella.
Nice.
And he said, what do you want? I said, just take the reins. It's your shop. You do what you want. So he made it, and I didn't eat it till 4 hours later. And that's when I dove into the Yelp review, and it was just the best. Anyways, enough about the 5-star. The next day we're in DC the next day. That was in New Jersey. So next day, DC. I'm like, we're still on the East Coast. We better load up on some good Italian sandwiches.
While you're there.
DC is not in the ballpark of Philadelphia and New York and New Jersey.
Really?
As far as Italian sandwiches go. We go into this one place, and almost immediately I could tell, because it was like no Italians. It was just college kids working at the thing. And I was like, well, it's worth a shot. We're here. We don't have much time. So I was like, what's your favorite roll? And the kid was like, I don't know. And I was like, oh God, this is just bad, but I can't back out now. I'm already here.
Yeah.
So I got a prosciutto and mozzarella, and it was just Quiznos.
Yeah.
But, with the different price tag on it. And it was, I wouldn't say it was rancid. It was just bad. It just wasn't good, I should say. It wasn't bad.
Just
It wasn't
food,
just
you know?
food.
Yeah.
Survival.
And so I left the review. It was like 2 stars. And I just said, don't bother. I'm just marking this down so I remember not to come here when I come to DC. Not a big deal. Go here if you like it. But if you haven't been here, I would advise going somewhere else. And the owner wrote me and said, interesting review. What sandwich did you have? And I was so mad still about the sandwich. I said, maybe if you worried about making your sandwiches better instead of your online presence, you'd have a better contingency and a better sandwich. And,
little Yelp wars going on.
Yeah, well, I mean, I left it at that, and then he wrote a really long thing, and I still haven't read it just because I could tell it was like he's definitely like taking more time online instead of like
being in the kitchen and training up his teenage staff to make a good sandwich.
In the kitchen, make it good. I mean, you can't compete with a New Jersey Italian, I guess.
No, you can't.
Their whole life.
And that was the problem. They set the bar way too high for you. That's Daniel Leopold from Jane Leo performing tonight at Rialto Theatre. Just another thing they have in common, he goes and leaves Yelp reviews, much like Rico, and on the 5 stars.
Rico.
You're going to have to send me a link so I can read one of those. Do a dramatic read. I do want to give away a pair of tickets, though. Ben Sevenfold still online here, thanks to Bella, passing it off to somebody else. So we're going to do another mashup with Jane from Jane Leo right now. And you messaged me what the song is, Weirdo?
It's on the private chat.
Private chat. Good. All right. So the beat that we're going to use is from the Pecker Checkers, and Jane's vibing it. So she's going to sing a song that we play here on KFMA. If you can recognize that song at 600 KFMA, 600-5362, you're going to win a pair of tickets to see Avenged Sevenfold October 8th up in Phoenix. Let's go.
I wake up every morning with my head in a daze. I'm not sure if I should say this. I'll say it anyway. Everyone tries to tell me I'm going through a phase. I don't know if it's a phase. I just want to feel okay, yeah. I battle with depression, but the question still remains. Is this post-traumatic stressing, or am I suppressing rage? My doctor tries to tell me I'm going through a phase, but it's not a phase. I just want to feel okay, okay.
600 KFMA, 600-5362. If you can guess what song was just mashed up by Jane from Jane Leo, it's a popular song we play here on KFMA. You're going to win tickets for Avenged Sevenfold. Let's go to the phone, see what we got.
Musical theater version.
That was fantastic.
That could have been in Encanto or something.
Yeah.
That was great.
Just hung up. 600 KFMA, 600-5362. Hey, let's see. Here we go. Rock 1 2.1. Who's this? Megan. All right. For those Avenged Sevenfold tickets, what song was Jane remixing live on the air?
Falling in Reverse Monster.
That's not the name of the song.
It's close, though.
It's super close.
You know what? I'm going to give it to her.
Okay.
Popular Monster. Congratulations. You won.
Winner.
Really?
Yeah. You're going to go see Avenged Sevenfold. What do you think of Jane's live mashup there?
It was pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. All right, Megan, stay on the phone. Yes, you won those tickets for Avenged Sevenfold. That's happening October 8th up in Phoenix. So, yeah, I'll get all your info here in just a second, okay?
Okay.
All right. And thanks for listening. As always, tonight, big show happening with Jane Leo making their way through, performing in Tucson for the very first time, opening up for Cannons. Who else is on the bill?
To another.
Yeah, and so you guys will be the first of 3, so get there early if you want to check them out. I highly recommend you do. Very good, energetic show, and I can't wait to see you guys live.
I'm excited.
I appreciate you popping in. Daniel Leopold and I go way back.
You do.
Yeah, and I'm so proud of you. I'm happy.
Thank you.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
everything. The project, the relationship, everything. So,
Thank you.
yeah, I can't wait to celebrate and watch you guys live at the Rialto. Ticket information available Rialto.com, or you get your tickets at the door if it's not sold out yet. We're walk-up town, so usually, people like to walk up, but get there early. Yeah. All right. We're going to hit the reset. We got Point North coming in studio too. So it's just a jam-packed show, one after the other. We'll still have more tickets to give away for the Monster Truck show as well. So just keep it right here. It's Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. Clear. All right. Yeah. All right. Hold on. Let me just play this clip, get Megan's information, and then we'll wrap things up with you here on the stream. I was trying to get Johnny Congos to pop in the stream as well. I know. He said he doesn't have his studio set up yet.
Danny came to our show in Austin. You know Danny as well.
Oh, you know what? Shit. Let me invite him right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You got some in. And then Megan, you're still there? Megan, you still there? Oh, wait.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I hear you.
You're very desperate. Yes, I'm still here.
Let's see. I think I messed up. Well, anyways, yeah, I got to play this clip and then let me get your info here. Whoops. No dead air. Okay, so yesterday we did a Hummer, and this is what it sounded like. Check it out.
I guess.
So we get rock stars in here, and then just all of a sudden they're just like, "Yeah, I know I'm doing an interview and everything, but what are you doing later?" Jesus. We do have Weirdo in the building, which is good because I want to give away these tickets for Avenged Sevenfold, who are on fire right now. They just recently wrapped up the Louder Than Life festival. And they were the day 3 headliner there. I was seeing video clips of that. It looked fantastic. I have tickets I'm giving away for Avenge to be performing here in Arizona. It's Phoenix, actually, coming up on October 8th. And I'll be giving away those tickets all week long. And Avenged Sevenfold's going to be performing with Falling in Reverse. So you know it's going to be a banger. It's happening at Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. So 600 KFMA, 605-362. The way that we're giving away these tickets today is Weirdo. In honor of Aaron Jones and Daughtry of what they wanted but could not get, Weirdo's going to give to you. It's time for a Hummer. So Weirdo's going to hum a very popular song that we play here on KFMA all the time. First person who could correctly guess which song she is humming, you're going to get tickets for Avenged Sevenfold and Falling in Reverse on October 8th. So 600 KFMA, 605-362. Are you ready, Weirdo?
I think so.
All right. Without further ado, give us a Hummer. Yeah. Are you feeling it? Yeah. What? Yeah, I can keep going, but that's because I have stamina. All right, Rocco 2.1, who's this?
This is Nick.
All right, Nick. What song was Weirdo humming?
Do you get one more shot at it to hear it?
You do not. All right, Nick was calling in ahead of time. Rocco 2.1, who's this? Oh, well, hold on, I gotta answer it. Rocco 2.1, who's this?
Hey, Taco.
All right, Taco. What song was she humming?
Renegades of Funk.
Damn!
Hot damn! I thought I was terrible, but all right, good job.
Yeah, you nailed it, Taco. Good for you. Yeah, you did. That was a song. Give her Weirdo. Give him the hook again, just so you can remind everybody what it sounded like. Huh? What? Yeah. All right. That's enough. I'm too excited now. That was excellent. Taco, now this is the $1 million question where people are listening for right now. Have you won tickets within the last 30 days?
I have not.
All right, then you're qualified, and you're going to go see Avenged Sevenfold with Falling in Reverse October 8th. So mark it on your calendar and be ready, dude. All right, we're going to hit the reset. We got Mari in studio, and we still have a lot more to go. So keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1. we're back with Jane Leo, obviously. So the irony was that I couldn't get a job in corporate radio because they didn't consider what I was doing in Phoenix, with the radio out of my house as real radio.
Sure.
That's and then fast forward to me doing real radio, and I'm doing the things that I learned while doing the show out of my house.
Right.
And they're just like, how'd you come up with that? I'm like, bitch, out of fucking necessity.
I've been telling you.
Yeah, man. So it's a little frustrating because, I could have been getting paid a long time ago.
It's true, but you know what it is? That's truly the artist in you. We're talking about chefs, we're talking about musicians. We right before we got here, eating breakfast at the hotel and looking at some major label artists who we know really well, and we're saying, what happened? Like, we knew you during your grind, and this is not what you worked for, because the second they got there, they're getting the payday, they're getting the raise, maybe a little too soon.
Yeah.
Because now they just switch sides, and now they're one of them and not one of us anymore. And that could have, if you got this chance a decade ago or 15 years ago, you may or may not have. I believe in you and your personality enough that you would have still retained that until you had your chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here you are, but on your own terms, which is amazing.
Well, I'm still waiting to get that payday too. That's coming up. The end of this contract's coming up next year.
Yeah.
And that's the fuck you pay me contract. So hopefully we get there. But now finally, we've established enough that I have options.
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
And the whole thing is like, what's crazy about this too, it's radio, right? So I'm not even concerned about trying to do well here, just being on radio. I'm trying to how do we make radio evolve and go forward?
Sure.
So last night I'm in front of a crowd of people and they introduce myself. They're like, hey, tell me about the show. And this is what I tell people now. I host a live podcast with music that you can hear for free in your car, right? That's the way I have to describe it, because people are so online, they're so quick to say radio's dead, but I'll listen to fucking Joe Rogan for 6 hours, right?
Yeah.
Shit like that. So the art of broadcasting is still more popular than ever, actually. But the fact of the matter is, it just needs some rebranding, and we got to figure out how to do commercials better. Because that's not helping anybody. Let me pop in our good buddy, and here, turn the laptop so you can see. You got Johnny Congos in the building.
Yes. Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, good to see you, Johnny. And unfortunately, we only have a couple minutes because it's one of those jam-packed mornings. But obviously, you see Daniel and Jane made their way through, stopping by old Tucson. And you guys actually remixed one of their songs.
Yeah, we did. It's funny how everyone just knows beef somehow.
Right?
Yeah.
That's actually not a lie. And in fact, actually, Mother just announced a European tour, and they just added Upsall to that list.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, as an opener. And then they'll have no idea the backstory until they're on tour together, because Upsall's an artist that I literally was playing since she was 13 years old and lived down the street from me. Who is now going to be open up for him. It's like, yeah, I grew up listening to your music through your buddy Beef, and the lead singer, Mother, has my name tattooed on his fucking foot.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the documentary 30 years from now when you die in obscurity and they're like, the undiscovered beef vegan, the greatest A&R that never was.
Yeah, that's the fucking sad irony of it, is they still don't know. I'm still the best kept secret, man. Eventually we'll rise from the underground, but whatever.
Well, so it only means one thing. Jane Leo's going to #1. So
Babuski.
Yep.
Yeah, I know that you dig their music and stuff. What's your favorite song? Well, you actually did. Was it you that remixed? Was it Wow or
Big Life?
Yeah, Big Life.
Big Life. Yeah, Danny and I did that one. I can't remember. Danny met you guys, I think, at a Cannons concert, right, or something like that.
Yeah, to make it even more.
Yeah, okay.
We met at a Cannons concert, and literally one of the first things we talked about was beef vegan. Not joking. Like, where are you from? He's like, oh, we did our time in Phoenix, and then here, and then it was like, oh, we used to be on a radio, morning thing. He's like, beef. It was like literally
nice.
A day later, there was a remix, and here we are now.
There you go, part of the fam, extended fam. Yeah.
I've been watching you guys. It looks awesome. Like you're killing it out there on tour. How's it been? Where are you at?
Great. We are almost done. We're in Tucson right now. We only have like 4 shows left, so we don't want it to end. It's been so fun.
That's nice.
Yeah, and each venue's been like what, 1,500, 2,000 people?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like packed crowds every night, huh?
Yeah, most of the shows have been sold out, so
that's amazing.
and they all get there early, which is amazing as the first artist on the bill.
By the time we play at 8:00, it's totally full.
That's great.
I've never seen that on a tour.
Right.
And also the reactions look amazing because sometimes you go out supporting a band and like they just want to see the headliner, but you can tell from all the pictures and videos you guys have been posting, like everyone's really digging it, which is really cool to see.
Thank you. Yeah, they bring out a really good crowd that is just they're in for it. They're in for whatever the night brings them, and they're really welcoming, and it's amazing.
I mean, it makes sense to have you guys on, even though you're not that similar in styles. You're two very distinctive artists, for sure. But yeah, Cannon's been around for a minute. I remember playing them on KWSS, 7 years ago. So they got their rabid hardcore fans coming out, and it's great that they're supporting that. It's just true indie fans. You got to appreciate that demo of audience, right? Who're just going to be appreciative and more open-minded to new music and artists. So I think that's why you're getting that early rush, because they're just like, yeah, what's the next big thing?
Yeah, they're fans. They ask every night how many people have seen our show before, and I'd say maybe an eighth have. These are definitely bigger rooms for them. So, and like maybe an eighth to a quarter are, we've seen you cheering, and they say how many people haven't, and the majority of the room is screaming, going nuts. And to me, that means like they've just found Cannons within the past 6 months to a year. So
that's crazy too.
They're excited to find out about us too, because I mean they're obviously
new music discoverers.
Yeah, that is amazing. What song on your set list do you think is getting the best instant reaction? Because you're playing basically to a cold audience and winning them over, so what song you're feeling like you're winning them on. Which song is that? Is it Tell Me?
Maybe Tell Me's early in the set, but I think it's one. We have this new song called Left Out, or I Want to Be Left Out, and that's like the first one where I kind of get off of the keys and they start clapping. It's like it's a more involved song, and I that's the switch where they're like, oh, this is even more than I realized.
We're essentially opening up for ourselves. We played 2 songs that are slow moving and quiet and very ballad and relationship centric. We talked about Our Love last week. We play that first, and then we do Tell Me. So I think everyone's kind of like, oh, how romantic and sweet, and then we switch, and it's like
and you go into 80s party.
Oh,
sure. And then they're dancing, and they're like, wait, this is not what I expected. So then I think that's when they're kind of hooked, because it's like it's taking them by surprise.
Beef, what song do you think? Like, call it. What's your pick?
That's a good question.
Well, Big Life is catchy as hell. I can just see people dancing to that. But Tell Me is just a smash. One of those kind of it's like a timeless melody. So I mean, it doesn't surprise me that Tell Me has as many plays as it does. But I'm a big fan of Big Life and Wow, actually. So the electronic synth in the 80s vibe songs that you got, the party songs, I could just see them working in a room. Yeah.
Johnny, do you have a guitar I could borrow?
Yeah. We're talking about. I was like, are you fucking playing a guitar? I mean, at this point, you might as well.
If you add a guitar to an accordion, I think we just get locked in a cage somewhere, and they're like, you can have one wacky instrument at a time.
Right, that's true.
Dude, I want to see that though. Another side project, just a guitar and accordion. That's all you need. That's it.
With Jane's melody prowess, I mean, I think they're set.
Yeah, we had Jane do live mashups on air and to give away tickets, and she killed it. So showing that she's the real deal. It's fantastic. And now, Johnny, are you guys playing out in the Austin scene at all, or are you still waiting on Jesse?
What I've been doing is I've been in Greece for a month, so I've been.
Are you in Greece right now?
No, I've just got home. Okay. That's why my studio's not set up. I need to do a couple things, but I've been sipping frappes on the beach and listening to house music. So I don't even know where my brain's at in terms of like being a band or whatever.
Right there.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, how can I make enough money to go back to Greece again next year for a month and do nothing?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm jealous, dude. You bring the whole fam with you?
Yeah, everyone came, like my mom, brothers, like everyone.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, good beaches out there too.
The best. Like,
why are you so pale? Where's your tan?
I turned it off. Just I didn't want to make you jealous.
All right. Well, I'm already jealous, but yeah, it'd be over the top if you're super tan and bronze like a Greek god.
It is nice to get back to Austin for some good food.
Oh, right. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Are you a fan of the food scene? Because Daniel's shitting all over it. 1-star Yelp reviews everywhere.
No, that was like the second conversation we had, Daniel and us, is like,
yeah, that's right.
I mean, I don't know. I want to believe in
ahead.
it, and there's a couple good places, but it's not great.
Yeah, let them know. Because I mean, everyone thinks I'm just some big jerk. They're like, oh yeah, he's just this jerk in a jumpsuit with sunglasses. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I need some validation here.
It's I mean, particularly like Italian food. We went to Rome for 5 days before we went to Greece, and that was just like the most amazing / depressing reminder of what it's like. Because I'm sure we walked into like 4 or 5 tourist trap places because we were doing all the tourist stuff, and it was still fucking amazing. Oh wait, are we on air or are we just doing podcasts?
Right now we're just on podcasts.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, you're good. Yeah. I would have hit the dump anyways. You would have saw my butthole like fucking tighten up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's called hope.
The one thing about Austin is you can easily fast without a problem. So if anyone is in the market for
or we can go over to your family's house and eat good.
Oh my
food.
God, their
Yeah.
families.
That's true.
I know.
Yeah. Forget it.
No, you preach to the choir, dude. Yeah. Even before they started eating protein again, they were whipping together like the best vegetarian dishes I've ever had in my life.
So good.
I still try to emulate their salad dressing. And Danny barely gave it to me.
Right.
I left some key ingredients out, but fuck yeah, like some of the best food I've had was meals with the Congos family. It's great breaking bread with them. Yeah. Johnny, unfortunately, we gotta burn and turn. We have a band Point North coming in studio, so it was good seeing your face. We'll chat again soon. I got to get you popped in and get caught up completely.
For sure, man. I'm gonna turn my brain back on, and when you guys get back to Austin, let's get together and
yes, for sure.
eat some food and make some music.
Manja. Eat some food for me. You got to double up on those carbs.
Oh, no doubt.
Johnny, love you, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
See you guys, man. So great seeing you guys having a killer tour later.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. And Jane Leo, thank you so much for being our in-studio guest. We'll see you tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited you're coming.
Yeah, and if you want to get some good tacos and stuff, I'll tell you of a spot. There's
they're better than Austin tacos.
So good. Like the favorite taco I ever had is here in town called Taco Apson, and it's essentially like a Philly cheesesteak taco.
Wow.
Yeah, the Sonoran style, right? So I'll break it down for you. You got the carne asada, which is on a mesquite grill, right? This grill's been around since like 1950, right? So like generations of flavor. And then sauteed onions, mushrooms, green chilies, and cheese and motherfucking bacon. But it's like not like overwhelming bacon, just to add some context. It's so good. So good. So Taco Apson, I'll let you do that. Yeah, let's see. Can you check to see if Point North is here? And well, actually, no, we're on in like 13 seconds for a tease. So let me do that tease. We'll do one more official goodbye on the air and do some plugs here. All right, Lincoln Park, we're lost on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Real quick, just a reminder, Jane Leo is performing tonight in Rialto Theatre, and I'd like to thank them for being our in-studio guest. For everyone out there listening who wants to follow Jane Leo, Jane, give them the rundown.
Yeah, you can follow us on Instagram, Jane Leo Music, or look us up on Spotify, Jane Leo, janeleo.com, all the things, Jane Leo.
All the things Jane Leo, super easy, and you definitely got to check them out tonight as they open up for Cannons at the Rialto Theatre. We're going to hit the reset. We're going to have Point North in studio on the podcast broadcast, so stick around. Here's Bush on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. All right.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm going to play this little clip, and we'll get all reset for Point North. And let's talk some football with Spears. KFMA. That's Foo Fighters. Please welcome back in studio. He is the co-host of Spears and Ali on ESPN 1490. The one and only Justin Spears. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning, gents.
And Justin is also the official beat writer of U of A football.
Today's
right?
one of those days.
And
You
of
know,
course,
like
they had a big game in the Pac-12 facing off against Stanford.
I know, right?
And
Like,
this is the
there's a lot of
first
times-
time,
Yeah.
technically Pac-12. I mean, what does this signify? This face off that they had over the weekend. Anything?
Well, it's the last time that they're meeting as Pac-12 opponents.
Oh yes,
because next year Arizona's going to the Big 12. Stanford is going to the ACC.
And then have you
Who
snap.
got the better of the deal there?
Oh, Arizona.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Stanford, they're essentially paying to be in the ACC.
Really?
They were left out in this whole conference realignment thing, and there were 4 teams from the Pac-12 going to the Big 12.
Exactly.
You got USC, UCLA, and Washington and Oregon going to the Big 10. So you had all these teams that were kind of left out. And
Way more
Oregon
efficient.
State, Washington.
Yeah. No, that's just like click and then send us a photo like 3 days later.
They're the Pac-2. They don't have a home for next year. They played against each
Oh
other.
no, that's Rico.
Stanford, Cal, they're joining the ACC, but they don't get any share of the media rights deal or the revenue shares. So they're essentially like, hey, we want to be a part of this Power 5 conversation. Let it give us a seat at the table. We'll join the ACC.
Interesting. Yeah. Well,
Historic game.
Yeah. So, and this game went down to, it was a 1-point difference.
It was.
Yeah, 20-21.
You guys drive down
Our U of A
from
Wildcats were able to win, increasing their record to 2
El Paso.
1.
So
3-1. Oh, nice.
you
Yeah.
drive
I forget
directly in
about
town?
NAU. Now, with that, though, it was a pretty close game. Did they come from behind and win this?
10 minutes.
Kind of. Yes, they did.
so you
They went into the fourth quarter
Planet Fitness?
losing it. I mean, they were always right there in the game, and they were 2 touchdown favorites.
Yeah.
going
Oh
into it.
yeah,
So
nice. Are you?
I assumed
like a
that they were
member
going to
of
go
Planet
in and
Fitness?
take care of business and really handle them, but they didn't.
So technically, they underperformed. Okay. And so, what was your takeaway watching this team? Are they as good as odd makers were saying they are? Or what does it look like going forward?
The Pac-12 is very wacky this year.
Be live on the
USC,
FM
they
side
were
here in about
5 touchdown favorites against ASU, and ASU just kind of hung around.
Mhm.
So that's just the way the Pac-12 is. The conference is loaded from top to bottom. The conference is as good as it's ever been. But I think Arizona showed that for some reason they cannot get it going in the first quarter. Ever since that opening touchdown against NAU, they cannot score any points in the first quarter. Opponents this season are outscoring Arizona 17-7 in the first quarter. In the second quarter, Arizona's outscoring opponents 35-9. It's almost like that when you're getting killed in a video game, and all of a sudden you're like, oh crap, I need to step it up. So you sit up.
Yes.
Everyone knows that move. When you sit up in a video game and adjust yourself, that's when you know it's getting serious. It's almost like after the first quarter, Arizona adjusts itself and then gets things going. But the defense, I think, has really been a big improvement for Arizona this season. Offense struggling a little bit. Defense through the first 4 games only allowing 64 total points. That's 16 points per game. Pretty damn good if you ask me.
Yeah, and if the defense keeps that up, there's a good chance that, the U of A Wildcats could continue to win games. If they could just put up just a little bit more points. They don't have to be an offensive powerhouse, but knowing that 16 is the threshold and you got to score 3 touchdowns to win a game.
Yeah,
that seems kind of fair. On that, I was equating it. It's funny that you said the video game analogy, but almost like a fighter who doesn't necessarily wake up until they get punched in the face once. Like
Rockwell
they're waiting to
2.1
get popped in the
KFMA,
mouth. That was Bush. Please welcome our in-studio guest as we continue this morning of fun. It's been like musical chairs with actual musicians. All right, in studio right now. We got John and Andy from Point North. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. How we doing?
Good, dude. And we've been excited about you guys coming down. It looks like you guys going to perform for us as well. You're currently on your run, and you got a show tonight at the Marquee Theater. So, literally living in parking lots of Planet Fitnesses all over the country.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Now, do you go there just to shower, or do you actually work out while you're in there?
Definitely don't work out.
Yeah. So
we definitely used to. This tour, not one time.
Yeah,
not once.
Yeah,
everything but workout.
Is it performing on stage enough of a workout then? Is just kind of busting a sweat and you get your cardio in?
I think it's definitely a lot of sweating and getting all the toxins out. That's for sure. Good cardio for sure. I'd say so, but
No, what's your drink of choice on this tour? Do you have a drink because you guys are young guys, so you guys partying up as well after these shows?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, which is great. I mean, you do it when you're young.
Yeah. I'm a Modelo guy.
Okay.
Tequila.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's all about the tequila.
Yeah.
You know, I drop fun facts, which is not a fun fact at all, but people will believe it if you're drunk enough. That tequila is the only stimulant. Everything else is a depressant.
I believe it.
I know, but
I don't have to be drunk to believe that.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like an upper, right? Like if I want to wake up, you know, and I'm drinking tequila.
Yeah.
Because you know, I'll get blackout, but I'll be up blacked out for like 6 hours, you know?
Yeah, it's natural. It's a plant.
Yeah. So how long you been on this run right now? Like on the road?
I think we are we're 18 shows into 25. So we've got 7 left. I think we're 3 weeks in now. We're home tomorrow for a couple days, which is so needed for all of us.
Yeah.
And where's home?
Los Angeles.
Yeah. So how long you been living out in LA?
Our whole lives.
Okay, yeah. So this is where you like originated from LA. Was it difficult to kind of break in the LA scene?
It's so funny. John and I are from like the smallest beach towns in Los Angeles, cities right next to each other, where like Black Flag and Circle Jerks and Pennywise and Descendants are all from. So it's like punk rock royalty where we are, but then also in the last 20 years, like there's been 0 bands. So it's hard in the little communities that we're from. But I think just it's so easy to kind of break into the LA network and you meet people and those people know people. And then all of a sudden you're, you know, venturing around Hollywood and other areas that we're just not from. And so I'd say it's pretty easy.
Yeah, you kind of open one door and then 5 more open.
Yeah.
But we were like I was born and raised in El Segundo. He was Manhattan Beach, and was right by LAX in that little pocket. And then I moved to the Valley, in like the Van Nuys area in like 2018. And I tell people I might as well have been across the country for how detached we were from the music industry, because I just jumped over the mountain and everyone was right there.
You really?
Yeah, I swear it was like it changed my life just moving 20 miles away.
Just going in that area.
Yeah.
Right. Nice. You know, it's an amazing story how you guys continue to kind of almost DIY in a way, kind of blow up. I mean, your numbers online are massive.
Thanks,
massive.
Thank you.
What was the first song that started to really like take hold online where you're like, oh, I think we're onto something?
I mean, the cover we did in like 2000, was it 2019? That's what I say
18.
I say 19 every time.
I know.
On stage.
You're wrong every time.
2018, we covered the Nothing Nowhere song Hammer, and it was just like, it wasn't supposed to be for Point. It was like we just do that stuff for fun.
Yeah.
So like I just did it one night, and because I was a fan of the song and I like loved it, and then we were on a smaller label at the time, and the dude was just like, "I'm gonna put this out like tomorrow," and I was like, "Okay." Because we didn't really have a lot of music, and then we put it out under Point North, and then it like kind of blew up, and then we were like, oh, okay, I guess this is a band now.
When you recorded that song, did you record it professionally, or did you kind of do a DIY? Just do Pro Tools?
It's fake drums. It's
right,
like in my home studio.
It's like a demo.
It's like the worst sounding thing. Yeah,
he was drunk.
I was for sure hammered. Dude.
Yeah.
Ironically, yeah, it was like a fun. I was supposed to not be working. Like it was like a little getaway thing, and then it just became so much bigger than that. So, and then recently after that, we dropped our EP Retrograde, which we did like spend a ton of time on, and we took very seriously, and that did pretty well too.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, we got Point North in studio on the podcast broadcast. So we have a lot to cover. You could join us on the stream, youtube.com/beefvegan. We're going to do a live in studio performance as well and continue to give you everything that you need to know. So we're going to return on the FM side after Safe and Sound, our single song takeover from Point North on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. Yeah, so I got that going on here.
Well, John, you had been like doing producing and writing music for a while before. Right.
Yeah.
So like that obviously helps get my mic is attacking me. Kind of get you like in the scene and like getting to know everybody. Like how specifically did you two come across each other?
Way before everything. Andy and I have known each other for like 12 years now. And
is this like a high school friendship or
no?
Right after.
My sister is 4 years. John's 2 years older than me. My sister's 4 years older than me, and her like circle of friends, like a band that she knew needed a guitar player and like legit auditioned for that band. Like I remember John.
It was my band.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And I remember John like walking up the stairs to my apartment. I was 18, just like so nervous out of high school. Like, oh, this is my first like real band audition. and we kind of just hit it off really well. It was seamless fit. That band was called Long Lost, and we did that for a couple years.
And then story so far.
Yeah. And then we did a hardcore band. I was actually the screamer in a hardcore band, and John played drums.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We've just done a few bands. Yeah.
Yeah. So did you enjoy screaming? Do you like? I mean, obviously there's a lot of melody and in the songs, but it's also very aggressive. So it's kind of like a little bit of aspect of screaming in some of the vocals.
We bring them back.
Yeah, we love it. We're definitely embracing it now for sure as our sound gets a little heavier. I scream on the new record a bunch, which is really cool. And I think there's probably going to be even more in the future. So I think we're growing into it a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you a natural screamer? Or is it something that you tried to figure out?
I've never had like any vocal coaching and screaming. I just started like yelling and then figuring out like how to pinch my vocal cords so it didn't sound absolutely terrible.
Do you fuck yourself up though? Have you ever hurt yourself doing it?
Not really, to be honest with you. I think this tour, like now that I've done it a lot, I'm sort of like learning what my threshold is for like taking care of myself, and the balance is pretty great. So I'm doing well. I'm not fucking myself up too bad.
That's good.
And so far so good.
What about you, John? I mean, have you had any vocal lessons? And
not really. I did like choir stuff when I was little. And my whole thing that I tell people is that like out of college, I went to go work for like audiovisual for like hotels.
Yeah.
For a couple of years just to like pay the bills.
I know that grind. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah. It was the worst. And, I would spend, I worked in a very small, like broom closet. That was like the office. It was converted into an office. Like it was literally a janitor closet with one desk. And it was me and my boss at the whole hotel, small hotel, and he was never there. And so I literally sat in this hotel, little broom closet, and just watched singing videos, like lessons or whatever, like all day.
Really?
Yeah. And it wasn't so like I sang a lot before, but I was just really trying to get better and be able to do like small little runs. I can't sing like Mariah Carey or anything, but like, yeah, I don't know. I just practiced a ton, and then all of a sudden we started playing more, and I started singing more and taking it more seriously and trying to sound actually good. And I don't know.
I think that's a beautiful thing too, because I try to tell all of these kids, my daughter in particular, if you want to learn anything, you're part of the YouTube generation. It's all there. You can learn anything for free on YouTube, and you literally gave yourself singing lessons through watching YouTube clips.
Yeah, it was like the same dude, and it was just all free. Yeah,
yeah. No, that's brilliant, because honestly, if you don't do it properly, you'll hurt yourself, and cause damage. And then, just taking a little bit of lessons and really working on vocal cords like a muscle. Yeah, you could give yourself extra range.
Yeah, it was between that and then between like, even though I had that job, I still had like my little recording rig at home. So it was like a never ending, like go to work, and because you'd set something up, then you wait around for 6 hours, and then you have to go like break down the one projector you set up. It was like the most boring job ever.
Yeah.
And then I'd get home, and then I would write music. Then I would sing, and I would like apply it into a mic, and like, yeah. And then it was just years of doing that.
I mean, boring job, but pretty cush job, dude. Really?
Yeah, it's as cush as it gets.
Yeah.
Like, literally, but it's like
paid to do nothing.
Paid to do nothing, but like that's not the life I want, dude.
No.
Yeah.
You'd be like depressed, suicidal.
I was totally depressed. And then I started recording like local bands, like out of my first like house I was renting like after college.
Yeah.
And I stole my boss's invoicing like whatever system or whatever, and started invoicing like bands, like, and I would go to him, I'd be like, hey, is this like a good looking invoice? He'd be like, yeah. And then I had a really cool boss who like let me tour too. So then when the tour started to happen, I was like, hey dude, I gotta like dip out for like 4 weeks. And then it's like, do your thing, man. If you ever need a bodyguard, hit me up.
Nice.
Yeah, really
awesome.
really cool supportive crew there.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What were you doing before the band there, Andy?
I was in school. Fresh out of college, I actually had like the best survival job I'll ever have, which was running a doggy daycare. Yeah, my best friend purchased an existing doggy daycare, and we went in and had 30 employees that we managed and 120 dogs in every day. It was like a 12,000 square foot facility.
Really?
And
Wow.
so it was my best friend and I like building a company from the ground up, and just hanging with dogs all day.
So you're making bank being a doggy daycare dude?
It was my first salary job, and my best friend was my boss, and it was dogs.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what are we doing here?
Right. He's like, guess what?
I know.
After this tour, I'm going back.
We're all just grinding and chasing our dreams.
Something about Planet Fitness shower sounded way better.
Now, have you gone coast to coast on tour before? This is what, the second, third time that you've on an extensive tour, or
seventh?
This is
seventh. Yeah.
This is my 11th tour.
Okay, so this must be our 10th.
This is our
10th
10th
together.
This is
Yeah.
our 10th as a band and my 11th as a human. Yeah.
Right, because you're on with Escape the Fate now, but just this last spring you were with Atreyu.
Exactly.
Yeah, I did see you guys when you guys were here. And
Cool.
I loved the show. Like I had
Awesome.
not really heard of you before that. My boyfriend did hear Safe and Sound because of Ghost Inside.
Yeah, oh,
But
cool.
yeah, but
Yeah,
like
what you
the
could hear
the
right
and yeah, the energy fucking amazing.
Yeah, we pride ourselves in being a high energy live
Yeah.
band for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Because
Yeah.
like I said, when I go and check out like these shows, I'm like, oh, I don't really know this band, but let's see. But like by the second song, I was like, and I'm bouncing, let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
We try to bring it.
Are you still? You're still in the van then, right? You guys sleeping in the van, or
No, we have a bandwagon.
Ooh, nice.
It's,
Yep.
it's a nice little step up.
Yep.
Yeah,
Nice
yeah.
little converted Penske truck.
Nice.
With the jackass crew roller skating in the back. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. Yeah, it's much nicer. We did the van thing for so long, so we're lucky, you know.
Yeah. Well, and what part of the country are you looking for? Like, do you enjoy visiting the most? Right? Because
New Orleans.
yeah, you get in trouble in New Orleans.
New Orleans,
Yes.
nah, but like we love Denver, we love Chicago, we love God, what else do we love?
We love Covington, Kentucky now. Too.
Yeah.
Why? What happened in Covington?
I don't know, it's just the most lit show. At
Yeah, we played Covington for the first time on this run, which I guess is also like a Cincinnati market.
Okay.
Which we've
It's
never
right
pl-
across the water.
Yeah, we've never,
makes sense.
We've never played either markets before, and typically when that happens, we have like no fans because no one's ever seen us there.
Right.
We had arguably the most fans of tour, the most crowd surfing of tour. And it was just like one of the most memorable shows of this whole run. And we did not expect that from Covington on a Tuesday, I think.
Yeah.
You think they're kind of deprived of live music in that scene? So yeah,
Probably.
So, yeah.
I think that's what we coined, or whoever coined this, the sleeper shows. It's like where whatever market doesn't get a lot of live music shows coming through, and when they do, they just pop off.
Right.
Or they absolutely are horrible.
Yeah.
So there's like really nothing in the middle. But like if it's like a C market show or something like that, then yeah, it could go really well or really bad.
Yeah.
But that one was amazing.
Yeah, to where you're like, oh my god, where the hell are we? And yeah.
Mhm.
Have you had any shows on the flip side of that coin on this latest run where you're just like, oh man, they're just like they're here, but they didn't show up at all tonight?
Yeah, but we're never gonna name names.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
We would never ask.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll show all love to the markets and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Every market's sick.
At
Yeah.
that point, at that
We're looking at you, Indiana.
I mean, at that point, you just start having fun on stage. You're like, we're here for us, not for you anymore.
You know, I wish I could say that. I
Okay.
really like, and there's the opening act, Garzi. They're fantastic. We've toured with them a bunch. Their guitar player Jeff on this tour, like, no matter what crowd, he's giving it 1,000%, and I think that's so respectable because I just cannot do that.
Mhm.
It's so hard. Like, we really feed off the energy that the crowd gives us. So if they're not giving us energy, it's hard for us to do it on autopilot.
I think whenever too, like we have a show where it looks like it's not going to be as crazy or lit as some of the better shows, I always like text the dudes that we like. It's like a music focused show. It's like, let's go out there and like, let's not go crazy if they're not going to go crazy or whatever, and let's try to like hit every note and try to be as perfect as we can, and just use this as an opportunity to like lock in even more. And then that way, like the next show that's like crazy lit, like we're a little bit better too.
I like that mentality. I mean, basically, you're getting paid to practice, you know.
Yeah.
So, and you could get lost in just the energy and the performance, where
Yeah.
you miss a note or here or there, whatever the case.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a little more like introspective too. Like when at least when I'm like singing like that, like it's like, I don't know, I tend to like just like kind of put the mic on the mic stand and close my eyes more and just kind of like focus and try to like feel it more, as opposed to like put on a show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's in that sense, it's more for
Mhm.
me, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I like when that happens, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it's really fun to like dial it in.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's rewarding too, and you know, probably still great to see as well. I mean, I know that
Yeah.
the pressure of having such high energy music is that you want to see that crowd move, right?
yeah.
And in the way that you do that, you kind of move along with them, and you're jumping up and down and getting all nuts. But yeah, to just focus on the performance aspect of it is almost kind of like tapping yourself back into the origin of you writing the song and you recording the song,
right?
And if anything, it's like creating an intimate moment amongst like
totally
1,000 people.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, now knowing that then you were definitely enjoying Tucson's crowd a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Because you were moving around a lot on stage.
Cool. Actually, maybe it wasn't. Like maybe that was one of our worst shows.
Oh, it's like we'll never say names. Tucson. Fucking bring it, dude. Where are you guys?
What do we play with the Treyu?
That one venue that we walked to Whataburger from.
Encore.
Club Encore.
Yeah. And what do you order when you go to Whataburger? I like to ask the hard-hitting questions.
Well, here's the deal. Before we get into it, I just want to address like the crazy battle between Whataburger and In-N-Out. And as like Southern California kids, I have to like stake my claim that In-N-Out is 3 million times better than Whataburger.
Yeah, that's fair.
That being said, I do the patty melt. I'm a patty melt guy.
See, you're not going to get a patty melt at In-N-Out though. As we're back here live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, by the way, with John and Andy from Point North, and they're from Los Angeles, so of course they're going to be ride or die In-N-Out. But last time they performed at Encore, they went to Whataburger. You got to respect the game of Whataburger.
I respect the spicy ketchup. That's what I respect.
Okay, yeah.
I don't remember the last time I had Whataburger. I'm sorry.
Really?
I don't think I went when we went last time.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I don't remember.
It was not memorable.
I'm notorious for having like the worst memory of all time. So.
Oh yeah. Well, how do you remember the lyrics?
I don't know.
It's kind of muscle memory, huh?
That's all he has. That's it.
That's
just
literally
lyrics.
it. Yeah, all my memory is actually just for lyrics, and the rest are off by the wayside.
That
I actually
makes sense.
struggle live. I actually will be singing, and I am 2 lines ahead of where I am in my brain, and it's like this never-ending catch-up game of lyrics. And there are some songs that we've played 600,000 times that like I don't have to think about.
Yeah.
But sometimes, these like newer ones or whatever. And yeah, if it is like if I'm not feeling it a certain day and I'm not super into it, then I have to like think a little extra hard. I don't know.
You're almost to the point where you got to be like Ozzy and have like cue cards on stage.
That'd be nice. Can we TM that, Mike? Like flashcards, like so someone standing in the back with like
There's just an iPad laying on the floor scrolling.
Sick.
So
pressure off.
if it's even difficult to keep your own lyrics memorized, do you guys ever, you obviously started to blow up online from doing a cover. Is it even more difficult to remember and do covers live and remember other people's lyrics?
No, it's all the same.
Yeah.
But like the Hammer cover, when we play it live, it's like that's one of the songs I'm talking about. We've played like so many times. We play almost every show we've ever done.
Yeah.
And so it's just like engraved in me at this point. That's a full autopilot song for sure.
Yeah. It's so weird how the brain works and stuff. So your brain seriously just like, we're just going to focus on memorizing lyrics as much as possible. And we're going to forget everything else.
Yeah. I don't even like feel like I'm singing words. It's just like my mouth just moves and air comes out and then it's words. And then I'm like running around the stage or whatever.
That's what it feels like. Beautiful and poetic.
Yeah.
You actually do a lot of writing and do co-writing with different artists, right? What are some of the co-writes that John participated in?
Well, Falling in Reverse.
Popular Monster?
No, Zombified.
Oh, Zombified. Yeah, Zombified, which is massive.
Thanks,
and still a song, obviously, that's in power rotation, all radio stations across there.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. So what was your contributions to Zombified?
We wrote it with Ronnie.
Yeah.
He came over to my studio and it was our first writing session together. It was like his manager, John, like reached out to me, and I've known John for a while. I've known Ronnie for a while also. And he's like, yeah, do you want to do a session? And then we tried one out and we kind of started this one. And then it was like a year of back and forth. Like he's a crazy good writer and musician. So he's also like a really, really, he's like a perfectionist. Like, everything has to be like really perfect. And so
that song was in a can for over a year before it was released.
At
the very least.
I think at the least, yeah.
Yeah.
I think most of them were. We were also like working on like he would come over and try ideas for like Watch the World Burn and stuff too.
Yeah.
And then we have like a few more songs that are in the pipeline also that aren't out yet. But yeah, that was a crazy one. And then I remember I would go on tour and he would like go to my studio and he would have track ideas with my assistant like while I was gone. So it just never stopped.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I didn't really know when the song got finished, because like my buddy Tyler basically like executive produced it and then mixed it. So like by the time my job and the writing and everything was like, that's like my guitar playing and my riff and everything.
Yeah.
And
did
then,
it start as a riff, or did it start?
No, it
Wow.
started as like the chorus, and then the verse kind of started to take shape. And then I remember the moment he wrote the "Gatoling you,"
Yeah,
like he was like, "Oh, this is a hook right here. Check this." And then it was like this huge cool moment. So it kind of happened like section by section.
Yeah.
And then I think I wrote like 20 or 30 riffs, like not exaggerating, for the intro and like the main post riff. Before he I sent him one that he eventually liked.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a crazy process.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And when he discovered the chorus, when you were canceling you, were you guys like jumping up and down, like, oh,
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
it. Yeah,
for
right.
Sure. That's
like,
definitely how it goes. He gets really excited. It's like super inspiring.
Right.
But no, like he told me he wanted God, what did he say? He said he wanted like Adam's Family, like key rock and roll was how he put it. So I literally looked up the Addams Family theme song and like took it was something like that. It was like the scale of it. I just like took notes out of the scale and then put it dun 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 dun, and like kind of just like put it into that riff, and then that's what made that riff.
That's amazing. Well, you know what? I think we got to play a Falling in Reverse Zombified right now.
Let's go.
Just based off
Give me
that. Yes. Well, when we return, yeah, exactly. You're going to get that penny.
Your money.
Get that
Let's
penny. Now, when we return, we're going to have live in-studio performance from Point North. You can join us on the podcast broadcast stream, youtube.com/bevegan, or keep it right here on Rock 102.1. Yeah, here's a penny going into John's pocket right now. It's Zombified, Falling in Reverse, Rock 102.1.
Also,
There.
can we play Set It Off, Punching Bag next, and then
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Right?
you get all that money.
Right, because did you produce the whole album or just song?
Which one?
For
Okay.
Punching Bag.
The Set It Off song?
Yeah.
I wrote that and produced that and
Oh,
did,
nice.
did that all with Cody. And then Tyler, the same guy that mixed Zombified, like mixed the Punching Bag song.
Just to let you know, my 19-year-old's going to be so excited because they
Really?
love Set It Off. And I'll be
Oh,
like,
hell
so I
yeah.
talked to the dude that helped write the song.
Oh yeah. Dude, we got 3 more coming out and they're even better.
I'm playing Punch a Bag after
go.
the commercial break. Yeah,
This is
so.
a lucrative radio visit.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty
I give you all the spins and stuff. You'll
penny.
get the report at the end of the day. You know what's great is, because corporate radio doesn't let you do this, right? You got to stick to the same kind of like, safe playlist, right? But I've always kind of bent the rules to the point where it was frustrating to management. They're like, yelling at me, and they're like, okay, we'll give a compromise. All right. If you stop fucking with our playlist, we'll let you play whatever song you want in the 9 o'clock hour. And I call it the single song takeover.
Nice.
And then so from that, and then I could go outside of that, outside of the playlist, the same mundane. But then with that, if I'm gonna play within the rules, I'm like, I still got to bend the rules a little bit. So then instead of just a single song takeover, I'm like, this hour, how about all the fucking songs?
Nice.
9
for
o'clock
sure.
hour. Yeah, we're trying to keep
get them all out.
Yeah, and make
nice.
it, keep radio cool, or try to do things like sometimes to move things forward, you got to throw it back.
Commendable.
Yeah. So
Yeah, for sure, dude. That's tight.
yeah. So I mean, you're involved in all types of sessions and stuff. Now, when did the session writing start for you?
I a long time ago, dude. I've been producing like since I was like 15.
Yeah.
And I'm 32 now. And I was doing local bands and everything, like the whole like producer grind, like as a kid. And then I went to school for it. And then I went to go work for some people. So I went to go, me and Andy's band that we talked about, it's called Lesser. It was like where he screamed and I played drums. We went to go record with Sam Pura, who did like the Story So Far in Basement. And I treated it like an internship. I like went up there and was like a paying client, but I like restocked the kitchen and like tuned the drums and built cables and everything. And then he asked me to come back like a couple weeks later, and I spent 2 or 3 weeks there, whatever. Then I went to go work intern for Kyle Black, who actually full circle like is like a colleague and friend of mine, good friend of mine now, and he co-produced our album. But I went to go intern for him, and he was paying me nothing. And then I went after that. I had like my own little studio space where I was like renting a room, and I had to pay like 25% of like what I made from local bands or whatever to like have the room at this like dude's spot. His name is Johnny. He's a great guy, and I loved it there too. And then one day I kind of hit a ceiling, and I was kind of like, I don't know where this isn't going anywhere. And then I got a text, and then I went to go work for John Feldman, who's like the singer of Goldfinger, and he my time there like was like the learning curve was like crazy.
That was like the master's degree.
Yeah,
like
that was
college.
like literally the master's degree. Yeah, that was like we did like that's where I met Atreyu. I did Atreyu's album. I did 311. I did the State Champs stuff. I did Andy Black stuff. I did Korn stuff. I did yeah, it was I mean
just as an engineer.
I was like his main producer. Like
Nice.
I mean, like everything was executive produced by John.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like I was sitting there like producing the songs, and like I mixed the Atreyu album. Like I was mixing and doing everything. And then I know it's just how it goes when you work for like legendary dudes like that are a little older. Like you kind of just like when your time's up, you feel like your time's up. And my time was up like in just about a year. So I got out of there and I started my own company in 2017. And then my first album was on the label was Hopeless. And then it just was the same deal. I've been through a couple of different managers as far as who manages me producing. And then, I don't know.
When you produce like some of these major bands like Korn and stuff, are you giving like feedback where you're like changing song structure, or are you basically just focusing on the mix and trying to get the balance of the sound right?
Definitely the former. Like I think it depends on like where they're at with the writing process. Like I did an album like last year, and like all the songs were like completely done, and I didn't really do much. And I just kind of like recorded it and produced it and added some stuff and found the tones and all that fun stuff. And then if it's like a writing session and the song goes from being written to being produced, then it's like, stethoscopes on, microscope to the song, structure, instrumentation.
Rewriting. Have you ever produced a song that just started off on like the complete left side and ended up way over here where it's almost like a totally different song?
It's almost every time.
Every single time, yeah.
Almost,
I got this idea. You're like, that's a great idea. It's shit. Let's work our way towards something good.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like what it takes. That's like the patience factor of like songwriting and being a producer is you have to just like be okay with like trashing so many ideas and understand that like each little thing is supposed to get you to like this destination. Yeah. And I always tell people that are in the studio with me, it's like you're supposed to like love everything, but you're not supposed to be married to anything. So like you have to just kind of like write this so you can scrap it and you get this, and then you can scrap that, and then you're here now. And it's kind of this like stepping stone Frogger journey of like getting to the final song.
I like that mentality. Do you obviously utilize the same structure and kind of idea going into your songs?
Sometimes I get lucky and we just write one and it's done.
Yeah.
But that's pretty rare.
You do like justness. So as far as the lyrical style where you're just kind of putting out sounds and melodies and then like going back and writing lyrics to it.
It depends. Like sometimes I'll just do it like straight up Jay-Z style and just do like a line with like the lyric and everything, and then just like punch in and then sing the next line with the lyric.
Yeah.
And then keep going
without even writing. Yeah.
Not even writing it.
Yeah. So you're going off the feel, almost freestyling in a way, and you're punching in a line at a time.
It's a different language. He'll just put like words together and like syllables together. It's like it's almost like we want to call it like fricassee. Like he's just like
scatting.
It's like
scat
scatting.
Well, sometimes the scat melody is sometimes if I'm by myself or whatever, like I'll sing the words. But yeah, usually it's like a big like top liner, which is like a vocal writer for a song thing where you just kind of like sing nonsense. Yeah. But like you capture like the vowels, and there's something about like the plosiveness of certain letters that like make sense for that line or that part or that impact. And then when you change the word and you replace, like sometimes the scat melody is like way better even though it's not real words.
Yeah.
And then so you have like a word that starts with like a P on like the top of a chorus, but then you replace it with like an S and there's no plosiveness or no attack.
Yeah.
And you're kind of just like, oh, it doesn't hit as hard.
And it also changes the notes. I'll give you an example. This was just a hot one just happened with In Sync a week
I saw
ago.
Some clips.
You saw some clips, right?
Yeah.
So you know the meme, it's going to be May.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, of course, In Sync, of course, all their songs that were hits were made by the Swedish,
Martin.
Max Martin, the Swedish songwriting team. And they said May, that's how they wrote it. And, like Justin Timberlake was fighting back, being like, hey, we say me in America, and they're like, you got to say it May. And it's not how Swedish people sound. But still, the point is that trying to change it to me changed the key of the song, basically, or that. So they had to say May to execute that note just perfectly in sync with how the song was written.
It was just something Max told Justin, because it's the way he like heard that part.
Yes.
And the me, it just didn't sound as good as May. And that's just kind of like all there is to it. And it's funny because if you listen to the verse, there's like a second verse, and then he goes, gonna be me. Like he says me in the verse.
Yeah.
And then in that one part, when it's just Justin by himself, it's gonna be May. It's just like kind of like, I don't know. I do the same thing because like I've given the difference between me and May direction, like
to different artists.
Yeah, it's like the way you like open like your formant of your throat, and like you can get. It's more powerful.
Yeah.
Like me is like nasally and small, but May is like a fuller. It's just a little more powerful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think that's what all there was to it. That's why Max Martin and everyone tries to dissect his brain of like how he writes music, because every producer in the world wants to be him.
Yeah, because I mean the hits that he was able to throw together.
And it's just funny because everyone just has like all these like theories, like there's a melody, math, and these syllables, and like this word and how this word sounds. It's like literally not like all he does is like know what sounds better.
Yeah.
And how to pronounce what words, because he doesn't speak good English. So he would just write random like bad English, but it sounded so good,
Yeah. Would you ever write pop songs too? Because he's Max Martin was a metal artist, right? And so he was in heavier bands, and
he did. I'm not sure. I know that he came from like doing club remixes, with a Hit Factory over there.
Yeah.
In like the
I think
70s, 80s.
I think I saw a documentary. Like he started up as like a heavy metal fan and musician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it. Usually you see that a lot. I've done a ton of pop songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love pop.
Nice. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
All over the place.
I think that goes into like a lot of our music too. It's like a lot of like poppier, silkier vocals,
100%. 100%. Absolutely. All right. Well, speaking of which, let's get you geared up to our live in studio performance. We got about 2 minutes for on the air. So we're going to do one acoustic guitar. Are you going to be singing backing vocals there, Andy? No?
Negative.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Are you still with us? You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm thinking about being home tomorrow.
Yeah. It's going to be good. You're thinking about your in and out. We got in and out here too, though,
Yeah.
So
we're not doing it enough.
Right.
Tomorrow, what am I doing tomorrow? Oof, I'm doing like Malama Pono. It's my favorite Hawaiian fusion restaurant.
Here, let's do this. Let me set up those microphones and make it like a campfire session, right?
Cool.
So, and that way, I'm gonna pull it back. So basically, we're gonna mix it, the sound, like how loud the guitar is with your vocals. You'll be able to hear it.
Yeah, sure. I'm just like.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm gonna set this up here.
Or do you want more vocal?
In fact, actually, let's go low. Weirdo, why don't you put your mic over to John's? There we go.
Wait, like one vocal, one guitar, or just two guitars?
No. Well, actually, no. You sing pretty loud, right?
Kinda.
I was about to say my mic go low, that one go to the mouth, because this one falls.
This one's cool here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I only play guitar for one song. And I don't play that much.
Okay. Yeah, and just as long as you point that towards your mouth a little bit, then I think we should be good.
Okay.
I think your guitar will be picked up.
Yeah, I'm not worried about my guitar, honestly. I'm more worried about the vocal.
Nice.
Gotta hear my stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And then also with the cans underneath, you could adjust the volume if you want to turn it up.
Can I use these ones?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know why you got the shit ones.
I don't know. I just picked up the first things I saw.
Are they plugged in?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah. Tight. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We actually did Popular Monster with Jane Leo this morning.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Nice.
I wonder if that's going to be an extra penny that would get your way. So what we had was...
It's not, but that's...
I'll give you a penny, dude.
Thanks, dude.
No
A
problem.
couple bucks here and there would be appreciated.
Yeah, we got Point North in studio. They're performing tonight at the Marquee Theater up in Tempe. So I appreciate you guys making your way through El Paso, stopping by here before your show up there. And we want to do an in-studio performance. So you got the guys in studio. And Weirdo, I don't know why you did the double cameras, but we're fine. All right, what's the song that you're gonna? What's the song that you're gonna perform?
What do you want to start with? It's up to you.
Are we doing one or two?
We'll start off with one, and we'll double up. We're doing one live on the air, and then we'll do one as a bonus on the podcast broadcast stream.
Cool.
All right. The acoustic version of Safe and Sound right here by Point North, Rock 102.1 KFMA.
It's been quiet in my mind, now I'm paranoid. It's just a matter of time before it's making noise. It's like an hourglass I can't turn over, and when it's out it comes down like a mortar. I know you think I'm always in control, but it's hard for me to let things go. There's nothing left to talk about, now you got me thinking how I've been getting bad news all night, swimming in a safe place, it's running dry. You'll never get a chance to rewind. You say that you care, but don't. I need an antidote. When safe and sound comes burning down, I'll be getting bad news all night, letting go of high hopes that just died. Seem to love it when you drag me down. The concrete on my feet, I drown. Yeah, breathing's kinda hard, cause I'm sinking in the dark, and you're not gonna pull me out. I know you think I'm always in control, but it's hard for me to let things go. There's nothing left to talk about, now you got me thinking how I've been getting bad news all night, swimming in a safe place, it's running dry. You'll never get a chance to rewind. You say that you can, but don't. I need an antidote. When safe and sound comes burning down, I'll be getting bad news all night, letting go of high hopes that just died. When safe and sound comes burning down, I'll be getting bad news all night, letting go of high hopes. I've been getting bad news all night, swimming in a safe place, it's running dry. You'll never get a chance to rewind. You say that you can, but don't. I need an antidote. When safe and sound comes burning down, I'll be getting bad news all night, letting go of high hopes that just died.
Yes, Point North live in studio. I kept cutting over to Weirdo because she's singing along to the lyrics. Fangirling hardcore.
Let's go.
Yes. Tonight at the Marquee Theater, you can see Point North live. You take a little road trip and stuff. Make sure you're following them online, of course. So we're going to hit the reset on the FM side and then do another performance exclusively on the podcast broadcast. So join us there, youtube.com/bevegan. We'll wrap things up next on Rock 102.1 KFMA.
Let's go.
Excellent. So good.
How's
so
that?
good. Man, those YouTube singing lessons is paying off.
Oh,
you know? Yeah.
All right, good.
Do you do vocal exercises in the morning, or are you just like, you just came in and you're just like, boom. Sometimes you got to warm up on this stuff, but
the morning's a little tougher for sure.
Yeah.
But I found a new process for me, which is just taking 2 Advil an hour before our set, and I'm good to go.
Just to loosen it up, huh?
Just to take away any inflammation.
We are old people.
We're old.
Just don't eat them on an empty stomach.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah, we had
sure.
a buddy that had a little bit of a problem with that ibuprofen
Oh,
on an empty
yeah.
stomach.
Ibuprofen,
Yeah.
no,
Well,
it was-
I leave and
it was-
ibuprofen are the same thing.
I say it's like 3 bottles of water, 2 Advil, and I'm chilling. I'll wake up in the morning and have like no voice.
Yeah.
And then like I just don't talk all day. And then I like do that and I play a show and it's like, oh, that's the best I've sounded. I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah, well, you got to be careful on that because of the repercussions. See, I get concerned. I get concerned.
Good. Well, thank you.
I went through that.
Old Uncle Beef over here is trying to look out.
Thanks, Uncle Beef.
All right, let's do another song here. What's the second song you're gonna do? You're gonna bust out the guitar here?
I'm gonna bust out the guitar now, but this one we'll do is Into the Dark. It's like the first song that got us on satellite radio, and the one with Kellen Quinn on it. I don't know if you've heard it.
Yeah.
So it's one of our favorites to play, and it's the same chord progression, so that I will play guitar.
Nice.
The same chord progression the whole time.
So it's one of your personal favorites too, right? Just
I think
because
so.
the attachment of having that memory of getting played on satellite for the first time, and
I do have like a core memory of like writing this chorus like in my bed before I got my studio, my new one.
Yeah.
I was just like in the bedroom, and I remember writing this chorus and thinking it was so cool and different, and I straight up took some JT inspiration too. So there's everything. Just tiny short backstory is I gave Andy four different tempos one writing day, and he gave me the intro riff. That's it, and then he left, and then I made Into the Dark, and then it happened so fast. It was really cool.
Yeah, it's almost like you were gifted that song.
Yeah,
I
know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
From his riff.
Well, yeah,
his little box of tricks.
Yeah, nice. Well, let's get into it here. Second performance, Port North.
Let's get it. Don't wanna say I'm scared, what's it like being broken? I know that life ain't fair, but you're the only one who cares. And if a pain is shared, you know it's yours I'm holding. Cause if it's mine to bear, I'm not afraid to be repaired. Cause I'm treading in your water. I don't wanna, but I got it, yeah. You know I like it when I'm drowning. Reaching for your hand like you saw that I can count on. Into the dark, trying not to lose myself when I go too far. Where do I start when every turn I take keeps us apart? I need a sunrise in the dark. Show me what the world is running from lately. I used to see you around almost every day with some other guy, hand up on your waist, and I saw the smile that was on your face. I guess I never thought that you could just erase me, replace me. But now, babe, it doesn't even faze me. I kiss your goodbye and move on from the madness. And like a phoenix, I rose from the ashes. Guess I'm treading in your water. And I don't wanna, but I got it, yeah. You know I like it when I'm drowning. Reaching for your hand like you saw that I can. Into the dark, trying not to lose myself when I go too far. Where do I start when every turn I take keeps us apart? Cause I need a sunrise in the dark. Show me what the world is running from. Shut it down cause I feel nothing. Cause I'm always trying to find something. Feeling like I wanna give up, think I got a problem now. Don't believe in what I can't see. If I fall, I wanna fall free. Even if we never let go, you just gotta say so. Cause I'm treading in your water. Yeah, I don't wanna, but I got it, yeah. You know I like it when I'm drowning. Reaching for your hand like it's all that I can count on. Into the dark, trying not to lose myself when I go too far. Where do I start when every turn I take keeps us apart? Cause I need a sunrise in the dark. Show me what the world is running from. Yeah. Yeah. Let go
go with me?
Yes, I was Point North as you're hearing a Rock 102.1 KFMA featuring Weirdo mouthing along the lyrics.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
well, John, Andy, thank you guys for hanging out with us, dude. I'm so
Thank you.
stoked for you guys. I
Thank you so
continue
much.
to just kick ass and everything that you're doing. Make sure you guys are following Point North. Check them out on Spotify, where they amassed over 100 million plays. They're performing tonight with Escape the Fate up at Marquee Theater, and up in it too.
We up in it. We up in it
We
for
up in
sure.
it for
Oh,
sure.
I hope you guys really that venue is great.
Yeah,
that
we
venue is
love it.
phenomenal.
We played it.
Yeah, we played it.
We played it once.
Oh yeah. All right, well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have on the FM side. But I'd like to thank you guys for listening. I'd like to thank Jane Leo for being in studio earlier this morning as well. Robin Nash is up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish upon a side of beef, soon will come and end to all.
And then, and then we'll wrap things up on the podcast side. But yeah, once again, thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. And open door policy around here. We'll hope to see you guys again soon.
Oh,
once you're
100%,
on
dude.
one of your next tours, or you get a gig down in Tucson again. Do you have it all planned out, or like you do one tour at a time? Or do you know what you're doing next after this?
Never
tour?
know what the hell we're doing.
we're close to confirming our next tour, but we just announced Shiprocked for next year. That's our first thing.
Have you played the cruise ship circuit before?
No.
It'll be the first
I've never
time.
been on a cruise before. Dude.
Ooh, you think you're gonna get like nauseous and seasick? I've never been on a cruise
He's a
ship.
fisherman.
Yeah, it's true. You grew up on the
I am
ocean.
an angler, yeah.
Yeah,
as
so
it
you're gonna
were.
be fine.
I'll
huh?
be okay. I grew up on boats and stuff, but like, we're super excited for that. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, now when they give you Shiprocked, right? Of course, how many times are you going to be performing on that? Was it like 7-day cruise or 5-day
It's a
cruise?
7-day cruise. I think we performed twice.
Just twice.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the rest of the time you're just chilling.
Yeah.
I thought,
eating
I
a
thought we had
buffet.
like 4 shows.
2.
Damn, I'm gonna be fucked up for 7 days.
Yeah, you are, dude. And that's the thing. It's going to be pretty massive. And they have
Tequila's
casinos on there.
Oh,
and-
yes, they do.
They got the casino. They got the spa.
So this is one of those gigs where it's almost like a vacation
I'm
gig,
taking
right?
the wife. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, you gonna procreate while you're on that trip?
Hopefully not.
Probably. Probably.
You were made at sea, son.
yeah, I think the best way, the best thing about like cruise ships and stuff is when you have sex on there, you just have to lay still and let the boat do everything.
That's also the bandwagon.
Yeah.
That's
hilarious.
It's literally the
fucking
motion of the
hilarious.
ocean. Yeah, just there.
That's what they say when they mean the motion of the ocean.
Yeah.
I get it now. It makes
Yeah, let the waves take control.
He's
That'd
like,
be
I
good.
was today years old.
Yeah.
All right, we'll wrap things up on the stream. Let's get some pictures and stuff.
Hell
Thanks,
yeah.
guys.
Thank you, dude.